I am here today doing my intuitive tag. I was tagged, I guess, by default by Lady Gravedancer just from watching the video. And I'm relatively new to YouTubing and vlogging, so we'll just have to see how this goes. Alright, so first question. Share the first paranormal experience you have that comes to mind. The closest thing I think I can say I have to a paranormal experience would be shortly after my grandfather had passed. We had gone, of course, to the cemetery to do the funeral and the rituals and whatever that come with that. And being in cemeteries has always been like a thing for me, simply because, of course, there's that energy that cemeteries have, and you can just feel that around. And that's always stuck with me prominently whenever I've been in a graveyard. Question 2. Have you ever had a premonition? My answer would be no. That sounds like it would be an amazing experience just because premonitions are said to be very helpful, very insightful, and that would be a great experience that I do actually hope to have one day, if at all possible. And if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. So again, it's just one of those things, I guess, where we'll have to wait and see. Question 3. When did you get your first tarot deck? I got my first tarot deck actually fairly recently. It's the Rider-Waite deck. I actually did another video on this on my channel. If I remember to do so at the time I post, I will put the link down in the description box. And you can go check that out. And yeah, so that was my first tarot deck, and I'm actually learning to read tarot now, starting that experience, starting that journey. So I'll just wait and see where that takes me. Question 4. What element do you connect with most? I'd have to say I connect most with water. Water is always, of course, it's just, I guess, the basis of life. All life pretty much starts with water. It's just where everything in life is at, and I'm very connected to nature and life, and in general, just as with my personality. So I would say water is what resonates with me the most. Do you believe in fairies? The term, I guess, is how one would go about it. I don't obviously believe in, like, I guess, magical fairies with wands that fly around and things, but I guess I do believe that, in a way, there is a force there meant to guide us, or be, I guess, a muse for creativity. And when it comes to that, that's what I believe in. Do you prefer the moon or the sun? I am all for the moon. I'm very connected with the moon. I feel at my most powerful, honestly, when the moon is up, and when it's a full moon, of course, which is when I do a lot of my workings. And that's really what I look forward to with each cycle, is the full moon. I love looking at the moon, even if I'm not trying to draw down from it in any way or do a working, just being with it is enough for me. What is the crystal or stone of your choice? I'd have to say the quartz crystal, the clear, simply because quartz crystal, in a way, is universal. You can use it for anything, and its energies are just amazing. Its properties are limitless, and it all depends on what you want to do, what your working is, your intent. And versatile stones like quartz are just what draw me, and what have drawn me over the years. Question 8. Can I see spirits or spiritual beings? That is a skill I've never really mastered. I do see them, but in a way it just happens on and off, just at random. I would like to get better control of it in the future, just because working with the dead or communing with the dead in my practice is something that I've wanted to try, but I would imagine it would be difficult until that particular ability gets under control and develops somewhat. Question 9. Would I rather be able to fly on a broomstick, breathe underwater, make things grow quickly, or control the element of fire? I think I would like to be able to control the element of fire. Fire is a very powerful element. You can do anything with it. And again, it's based on your intent. I'm one of those people, I don't believe in light and dark. In a way, magic can be both because nature is both, loving and cruel all at once. But I feel the true good or bad lies within the heart of the witch and what they intend to do. So really, it's, to me, it's just how you play it, what you intend to use your practice for, what you intend to do with your abilities, and how you just plan to work within the world that you live in. Question 10. What animal totem do you feel most connected to? I feel most connected to, I guess, anything that flies. I see myself as a free spirit, so I guess a bird of some kind, and that's my connection to, I guess, the animal totem. My first animal or spirit totem, I don't see how that one applies at this point because I've never officially had one, but I have been looking into them because they are fascinating objects and something I would like to work towards. Question 12. Tell us about your spirit guide. The spirit guide is something that I really would like to get into. I'm looking for my spirit guide, finding ways to connect with him. I just found out that he was a relatively young man, around my age when he was alive, so just to see what kind of knowledge he has to offer and things in terms of guidance that he is looking to provide. And it's just a basic connection so far because I'm relatively new to my craft myself, and things like divining or communing with my spirit guide are relatively new skills that I've only recently picked up, and I do plan to expand on them, of course, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. 13. Do you feel more connected to the stars or the earth? I feel connected to the stars because I feel I'm a big astrology person, a big believer of things written in the stars, and that's just where my connection is. So I'm very oriented. Anyone who knows me will even tell you that connections to the stars and the moon are just a big thing for me. I'm always looking up at them. I'm always reading about them, reading things like the Chinese zodiac, horoscopes, just anything connected to stars and astrology is what I connect to, where I'm at. So there's that one. Question 14. What is the preferred method of blessing or cleansing? My preferred method would have to be herbal cleanses. Things like smudge sticks, sage, for example. I sage a lot. I feel like that's a very powerful herb, a very cleansing herb, and it's very potent for what I want to do, and it always, just the smell of sage always just makes me feel really good afterwards. So I always use that when doing any kind of a cleansing or working ritual where cleansing is the goal or the intent. Question 15, last one. All right. Question 15, what color do you feel most spiritually connected to? I don't know if you can tell by the wall behind me, given like the glare on the camera and everything, but green. My spiritual color is green simply because it's a color I've always loved. So everything in this room around me practically is green. The walls, the comforters on the bedspread, whatever else, just anything you can think of, I'm all green. Green, of course, symbolizes to me earth, and it's a very elemental color for me in that way, and it's just a very calming color for me, and I just love the different ways that I can feel when working in, I guess, a green environment. So that in and of itself is what overall makes green my spiritual color. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and if you are just watching this video, you're tagged. That's it. So I am excited to see what other tags there are out there, and I will see you guys at the next one. And as always, blessed be. Bye.